So our annual city celebration is called Gold Discovery Days. Can you tell us about the discovery of gold in the Custer area?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it all begins, I guess, back in 1874 when General Custer was exploring this area. He had 1,000 guys with him, 100 wagons, and they came into the valley that is now where the town of Custer, South Dakota is. French Creek runs through this valley, and there were a couple of miners along with Custer in 1874 who were obviously looking for gold everywhere they went. And they did find a few flakes of gold. We believe the date would be July 31st, right here where the town of Custer is. They called that a discovery of sorts, but it wasn't a lot of gold. And then the whole camp moved 3 miles down the valley, and they set up what they called their permanent camp, where they stayed for 5 days, August 1st through the 5th of 1874. And that's sort of where the official gold discovery was made, where they found what they called paying quantities. There was a newspaper reporter along who said the discovery was made on the 2nd of August, he's talking about here, but there was some on the 1st. And the yield was about 35 cents to a pan for 3 pans. A pretty good yield if you could keep it up for a year or so. He was talking, kind of making a joke there, but enough to assure our miners they have struck a lead of gold, that is. So that's where the official gold discovery is considered to have taken place. That was reported, as I say, in the newspapers at the time when the expedition got back to their base up at Fort Lincoln, and someone used the word gold from the grassroots on down in the newspaper, and that fired the imaginations of all these miners who then began flooding into the Black Hills. So once the town of Custer was founded a year later, and then we get up into the 1920s, people are reflecting back on this early history that happened 50 years earlier. And I don't have all of that down, but someone decided we should just celebrate this with something called Gold Discovery Days, and that began this process of parades and a pageant and lots of fun activities in Custer in the middle of July. They're usually off by a week or two on the actual date of the discovery of gold, but it's still close enough to come to Custer and have some fun with it. So that's one of our big celebrations here in Custer, South Dakota every summer. And there's a lot more about the gold discovery in our book, Exploring with Custer, if you want to take a look at that here in the Visitor Center.
All right, thanks, Paul.
You bet.